and gentlemen, prospective students of Universitas Airlangga. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and still excited to join our next session. Selamat siang dan salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Jumpa lagi dalam serangkaian acara Airlangga Education Expo 2021, Make Your Dreams Come True. Saat ini, saya Cecilia Putri akan memandu acara pada siang hari ini. And then right now, we are in the session of what they say about UNAIR, and we are going to have a bit of a fun talk with our international students and international alumni of Universitas Airlangga. Nah, langsung aja nih, saat ini sudah bergabung bersama saya, langsung datang ke studio, ada James Kalimansila, and dia adalah mahasiswa sekolah pasca sarjana, a graduate student. You're a graduate of doctoral degree or master degree program?
Oh, master degree.
Master degree. You can use your microphone, James.
Oh, master
Okay.
degree. Yes,
And
good.
then we also have joining with us virtually, we have two other guest speakers. We have Muhammad Saud.
Hello,
Hello.
Mrs. India. Thank you so much.
Hello, and he is our best graduate in the doctoral program of Universitas Airlangga. And also we have Miguel Esquivias, also an international alumni, and right now he's a current lecturer at the Faculty of Economics and Business of Universitas Airlangga. So before we move on to our talk, I would like for you to introduce yourself just briefly. Mention your name and maybe your major and also where you come from. James, let's start with you.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Cecilia.
You're welcome.
And I'm so happy to be in this platform. Yeah, actually my name is James Kalimanzila from Tanzania. Currently I'm a master student at the University of Airlangga. And if God possible, maybe the next month I will be with Suda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. That's
Thank you very
nice.
much.
And then let's move on to Pak Saud, who's joining us in Pakistan, all the way from Pakistan. Saud, can you please briefly introduce yourself?
First of all, very good morning from Pakistan. Now this is the winter season, and Dingin and weather is very cool here. Thank you for your invitation. My name is Muhammad Saud, Dr. Muhammad Saud, and I am from Department of Sociology, Faculty of Social and Political Science, University of Airlangga. And I came from Pakistan, and my major is sociology, and which I completed my doctoral degree from University of Airlangga last October 2020.
Congratulations. That's a very wonderful achievement, Pak Saud. And then last but not least, we got Cak Miguel. He specifically asked me to call him Cak. So there you go. Cak Miguel, please introduce yourself.
Hi, Cecilia.
Hello.
Hey, guys. It's good to be with you. Thank you for inviting me to share a little bit of my 11 years of experience here in Indonesia. I have gone through several programs in UNAIR different faculties, so I'm very happy to share with you the short experience of 11 years being here in Surabaya, particularly in Universitas Airlangga. I'm originally from Mexico, but I spent already a third of my life here in Indonesia. Thank you.
Mexico. Tu habla español. Oke, kita langsung kembali ke James dulu ya. Oke, jadi James, so we're gonna talk a bit in English and also in Indonesian ya. So would you mind telling me about your student experience in Universitas Airlangga? And then can you also please share about how you could get into Universitas Airlangga, whether it's by scholarship or any other program?
Okay, thank you very much once again, Mrs. Syria. Yeah, actually, as I said, I'm a master student, but I come here with an umbrella of scholarship.
Okay.
We have KNB scholarship.
Right.
Yeah, I come here, it was 2018, but this scholarship is offered by the government, Indonesian government with as a partnership. So, how to get it? So it is distributed to every country that have the mutual education memorandum or background with Indonesian. So you can apply it, then you can get it. If you are not from Indonesia, you are from other country, you can apply it. Very nice, and the package is actually very nice. So let me go direct to my experience of being here at the University of Airlangga. My experience will be categorized almost in 2 or 3 categories. I will categorize in studies, means learning experience.
Right.
At the same time, I will categorize in as social relations. And also I can add in touring, because I like touring. Saya suka touring banyak.
Traveling ya.
Traveling.
Jalan-jalan, of course.
Jalan-jalan, every minute. You can see me here. Within 5 minutes, I'm in another city. That is my character.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go, James.
So-
You're all over the world, all over the place then.
Exactly. You
Wonderful.
can ask me. Almost all of the city here I've visited.
Right.
So my experience for studies, actually, Airlangga, it is the best university, not only in Indonesia, not only in Surabaya, means in a global rate. You can take its statistic, its data. You can see how Airlangga is very strong. I think it is among of the top 5 universities in Indonesia. So the buildings, first of all, facilities are very friendly to the students, very friendly to almost all the faculties. And also, the own stakeholder, means lecturers. Actually, Airlangga is rich in having a lecturer, not only a lecturer, so expert, those can deliver, even for international communities, international families, they can understand and appreciate and get something that is having a great output. So facilities, lecturer, and everything is good, very friendly. And also we have example, now we are in pandemic, we are in COVID-19 situations. But you can see how Airlangga shifted from face-to-face learning to online and learning autonomous. You can see also the performance. We have a digital platform now. I have an example in Pasture Serjana. There is like a digital student something. So they shifted from face-to-face. Now they're updating and upgrading the so-called online platform, making sure that students, they are enjoying and getting the guideline from the university, from lecturer, and sharing knowledge, skills, and ability that purpose make us to be here. So learning environment, learning experience at universities of Airlangga actually is mantap sekali to me.
Mantap sekali, benar tuh. So walaupun di masa pandemi seperti ini, it doesn't change the learning service from Universitas Airlangga ya, because we shift to online platform, just like Aula, right? So because we have Aula, the Airlangga University e-learning platform, e-learning application.
Exactly
Okay.
indeed. What happened maybe, because even before pandemic, Airlangga was somehow good in online platform, like Aula and other platform. For after this tragic pandemic, the situation was only modified, and then now they are still modifying every time, every minute. So we have online studies. At the same time, students now, they are on learning autonomous. They are making sure that they are learning from different sources, whether online or hard materials. At the same time, following the portfolio of lecturers online. So 2 things, online studies and learning autonomous. Maybe another concept that I have said I want to share. For traveling as part and parcel of Airlangga students, yeah, I always believe that being a student, not only you get knowledge from the class, you can get knowledge through sharing, like now what we are doing. You can get knowledge through the field. If I say field, it means that you visit different places. You see by observing, and also you interact. So interaction is very nice. As a student, you need to meet new people with new culture, with different backgrounds, sometimes different educations. That will make you gain something new, new knowledge, new skills, new momentum also. So that is how I achieved and how I can say I'm proud being of student from University of Airlangga, because you can visit any place. Once you say I'm from University of Airlangga, everyone look, then you can realize, University of Airlangga is a very nice place.
Sekolah di Universitas KNB ya, Kementerian
KNB.
Negara Berkembang. So it's a scholarship for students from developing countries.
Yeah, sure.
And you are already in
I used to be maybe in my first semester. We used to visit one place, Banyuwanyi, and also we used to visit different industry, making sure that we are raining from the fields and we are getting the innocent materials direct from the field. That is, I can say it was a wonder for me because I like to learn practically and sometimes through environmental interactions. So it makes me my brain to remove hygrig and pigrin. So that is the experience I can say it was palatable to me.
That's very wonderful to know. And then one more thing, what made you fall in love with the city or the country or maybe with Universitas Airlangga? Do you have anything that you want to share? Apa yang membuat seorang James ini jatuh cinta sama UNAIR atau sama Surabaya, sama Indonesia?
Yeah, this question actually is mostly asked if you reach in Indonesia. It is the same with why you decided to choose to study in Indonesia. There is no difference. The first thing that I can say, why now I like or I decided to fall in love much with Indonesia or Airlangga. The first thing is Indonesia is rich in culture, multicultural. So cultural diversity is one of the international platforms. As an international student, you need to learn because you will meet people from Sudan, from America, from India, and other places. You need to know their behavior. You need to know how to interact. People from Indonesians, local people, how they perceive on you. So you remove that negativity mentalities, making sure that you harmonize and come in a global platform. That is one. Another thing, Indonesia is rich in tourist places. You can see how Bali look like, how Lombok, how Papua, how Aceh, how Surabaya itself, how Jakarta, how Bogor. Many places are so beautiful here. And also, the platform, infrastructures also for the specifically University of Airlangga is well organized in lecturers and the lecturing process and also infrastructure. For example, Kadoctrine, they have even the hostel, very nice hostel. If you are a student, you are expecting to join the University of Airlangga, there are best and beautiful and excellent facilities. For example, hospital, if you want to join the Kadoctrine, and also many things. That is things
nice.
I like it from here.
Okay, so the infrastruktur, kemudian lingkungannya juga, and then the cultures, the diversity of Indonesia is what made James fall in love with Indonesia. That's very wonderful, James.
Yes,
And then
thank you.
just a little bit more, I've heard that you've traveled a lot, right? Can you tell me like how many places you've been, or can you mention the places that you've been in Indonesia? Sudah pernah kemana aja sih James ini?
Oh, terima
selama
kasih
ini?
banyak. Let me mention first. I have visited Bali, I have visited Bogor, I have visited Jakarta, I have visited Kalimantan Parangkalaya there, I have visited Samarang itself, I have visited Jogja, Jakarta, Pakalongani, Kedar, Tenggar, Bojonegoro, Tuban. I have visited the Jember, I have visited many places. Aceh, I have visited even, I don't know how to explain, there are many, uncountable.
Wow,
Uncountable.
I'm very proud of you because besides studying, you also have the time to travel. That's what I actually did too in my exchange years.
Oh, congratulations.
Because, you know, it's very, very normal for us to study and also to travel. That's one way to relax ourselves and to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Untuk jalan-jalan. Jadi kalau mau join ke inbound atau outbound program kami, pasti ada kesempatan selain belajar, kita juga pasti ada kesempatan untuk jalan-jalan. Siapa sih yang nggak mau jalan-jalan? Semuanya pasti mau jalan-jalan di sini. Gitu James. Okay, well thank you so much for the wonderful talk. I'm going to probably move to Pak Saud, our second guest speaker from Pakistan. There you go. And as I've mentioned before, Pak Saud ini merupakan mahasiswa terbaik S3, Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Politik. So he's the best graduate of the doctoral program at the Faculty of Social and Political Science in the field of sociology.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how are you doing, Pak Saud?
Yeah, I'm very well. I hope Surabaya and you are all doing great.
Yeah, Surabaya has been great. I mean, it hasn't been hot as it was probably a couple of months ago. It's been raining all the time.
Wow, nice.
And then, okay, so maybe I would like to ask you the tips and tricks to become the best student at Universitas Airlangga. Well, you just did your doctoral degree, and not to mention finishing that, you were also the best graduate of the doctoral program here. That's a very wonderful achievement. Like, what can you ask for more? Can you please share your experience about that?
Yeah. Uh, Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm very glad that I'm speaking my experience regarding the how to become a best graduate, especially in Universitas Erlangga. Here I want to mention that the university, the role of the university is to that they provide me a lot of opportunities. First of all, the teaching method was very good, and most of the teachers they used to communicate me and always motivate me to do best for my studies. And on the other side there are so many other opportunities beside that I used to work with my professors on the research activities like research publications, research grants, and all as well as other extracurricular activities like community work, um, kaka and something like with the bachelor students. So the main point is that the teachers basically they provide me the opportunities to speak up for different on the different platform, especially the faculty they used to organize a lot of other events like international conferences. And like PhD or doctorate degree or SIGA is not just sitting in the class, because at that time we have a course and also a research part. So degree was divided into two parts. So the coursework was very conducive, and one course was teaching by multiple teachers, professors. So it is very nice to learn from multiple multidisciplinary approach. One course like research methodology at that time, the course was teaching by around 4 or 5 professors from different departments, like from international relation, sociology, communication, anthropology, public administration. So there are multiple departments. So when the professor will come to you, so you can ask a lot of questions, whether in the local language, dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris. So you can ask anything to them, and they will respond you quickly. So this is I want to acknowledge that the teaching methodology was, the pedagogy was basically one of the key instrument that become and create me a best graduate of this degree program.
Wow, applause semuanya, tepuk tangan yang ada di rumah atas pencapaian Pak Saud, luar biasa sekali. So from what I got from your explanation just now, so you mentioned working out with different researchers and professors at Universitas Airlangga. Jadi salah satu cara untuk menjadi student terbaik atau untuk melanjutkan studi ke jenjang selanjutnya adalah dengan mengexpand atau memperluas jaringan teman-teman ke selain dengan teman-teman yang lainnya juga ke dosen, para dosen, profesor dan ahli-ahli di bidangnya yang ada di Universitas Airlangga. Dengan demikian karir teman-teman atau perjalanan akademik teman-teman itu bisa selalu menanjak, bahkan bisa sampai ke jenjang pendidikan terakhir seperti S3 atau even postgraduate school. That's wonderful. And then Pak Saud, would you also mention which program are you in? I mean, were you in? Did you also come here on a scholarship program, or how did it work for you?
Yeah, this is very nice questions. I'm really, it was very inspiring movement for me when I joined Universitas Airlangga. I was invited by the Universitas Airlangga to join a scholarship program that was basically offered by the professor, the rector at that time, and the program name at the time was the World Class University Scholarship, but later on the program name was changed like Airlangga Development Scholarship Program. So I joined that program, and Alhamdulillah, that was a very good decision for me to to join this program, and I learned a lot of activities. Like, for example, when I came to Indonesia in 2016, so at the time I was very surprised to know whether what language I should speak in the community and how I can communicate with my teachers. So I was very afraid at that time. But Alhamdulillah, like my teachers, all, mashallah, they have a local and also the foreign graduates from multiple countries, and they can speak the language like English and mother also other language as well. So I was lucky that like I become a student at the time in University of Airlangga, and because of that scholarship, that gave me a chance to speak up and learn and experience my uh, experience my skills and polish my skills as well in the University of Airlangga.
Okay, so you were here on the ADS scholarship, Airlangga Development Scholarship, that's right.
Yes.
And then seperti yang tadi sudah disampaikan di sesi pertama, so for our international viewers, we have several scholarship schemes in Universitas Airlangga, one of which is Airlangga Development Scholarship, a scholarship from Universitas Airlangga. So for those of you who would like to apply for our programs, also to our KNB program or to our other programs, you can always check on our websites. And to Pak Saud, back to Pak Saud again, yeah. So you mentioned that you were confused with the language that you were supposed to speak when you first arrived in Surabaya. Jadi Pak Saud ini merasa kebingungan, aduh ngomong bahasa apa ini nyampe ke Indonesia, nggak ngerti bahasanya, orang-orang juga mungkin nggak tahu. And then you mentioned that everyone was so friendly, and then they also speak bahasa Indonesia to you. So how would you say about the international atmosphere at Universitas Airlangga?
Well, that was very perfect. Well, the communication basically, and secondly, the international, opportunities are more as compared to other universities. University of Airlangga is one of the best university in East Java, and even when we talk with our friends, and we used to say that University of Airlangga is a Harvard University in East Java, basically, and we used to speak like this. And regarding your question on the internationalization standards, so what I have learned from University of Airlangga is beyond what I had the experience before. So most of the things regarding the internationalization, like I never heard, like most of the universities, they used to work for the QS ranking, like the world university ranking. But what I have learned, the QS ranking from University of Airlangga, I never heard before, like, is there any ranking in the world? So University of Airlangga is that is working, and I'm also the part of that activity as well. Regarding the internationalization, like we had a lot of opportunities from the international office. Now we call Airlangga Global Engagement, which is basically a nice platform to express our ideas. Like at the time, I had an idea. Hey, I came to Indonesia. What should I can do beside my, studying? So I offered to my rector at that time. The executive director was Prof. Newman, and also Dr. Dian Ikwati. So I used to talk to them. Can we have regarding MOU or some activities? So they say you are most welcome. We should do, and we can engage a lot of people to come to Indonesia, or we can go to Pakistan as well. So that was very nice movement for me. So I was alone, but Alhamdulillah, University of Airlangga also create a lot of opportunities and development of the internationalization in my country as well. So far, I speak for University of Airlangga, and I say that the internationalization was most important for every university. But University of Airlangga did best for internationalization. But I feel like regarding, you can say that if any student he came to a foreign country, they always have a visa issues, immigration problems, like settlement problem. So I can speak. I never have any problem with the visa regulation or immigration problem. Why? Because they always speak before the time. They arrange the transportation to go to the immigration office, whatever that. So they did all the things for me, and I really happy. And all the people like Mas Boni, Mas Nyoman, all they Niman, they also help a lot in these matter. And the second point was that like local culture. For example, like if you have to understand the local culture, the international office they used to provide buddies. They always help you how to buy the food, how you can go to find the place to for the entertainment, to talking with the people. So I really happy and really enjoy what we have learned and what we have spent time in University of Airlangga regarding especially the internationalization is very high. The concept is very high in University of Airlangga.
Wow, thank you. So we have heard about the international aspect of Universitas Airlangga from our international alumni. So as seperti yang sudah diceritakan tadi oleh Pak Saud, di Universitas Airlangga kita juga punya Airlangga Global Engagement. So at Universitas Airlangga we have our own international relation office called Airlangga Global Engagement, which is in charge to take care of all international matters. For example, starting from arranging your visa and making sure that your education is running well, making sure your health being as well, and everybody will try to be as caring as possible. Jadi, for those international prospective students, don't worry, we will take very good care of you. Terima kasih Pak Saud. Now kita akan lanjut ke Pak Miguel atau Cak Miguel, maaf. Hello Cak Miguel, are you there?
Hi, yes, masih di sini.
Okay, so thank you for joining us, and I'm going to ask you a little bit about your journey at Universitas Airlangga. I've heard that you have started your journey a long time ago, as you mentioned 11 years ago. Jadi Pak Miguel ini sudah berkecimpung di Universitas Airlangga sejak 11 tahun yang lalu. And you are still here. Applause to that. So what have you been doing, Miguel? How did you start? And then, yeah, go on.
Yeah, of course. Sudah sekitar 11 tahun ya, sejak saya ke Indonesia. Awalnya saya datang ke sini hanya untuk 1 tahun. Saya mau cari pengalaman untuk belajar bahasa Indonesia. Dan ternyata dari 1 tahun menjadi 3, dan dari 3 menjadi 5, dan tambah terus sampai sekarang. Awalnya saya menarik dengan bahasa dan dengan budaya di Indonesia. Saya juga ingin seperti tadi sudah diceritakan, untuk eksplorasi Indonesia, jalan-jalan dan lain-lain. Tapi dalam proses menikmati Indonesia dan Surabaya, saya juga dapat melihat bahwa Universitas Airlangga itu punya potensinya luar biasa. Pertama mungkin yang sudah disebut oleh Saud, bahwa Universitas Airlangga itu mulai sangat terbuka secara internasional. Pada waktu tahun 2019, hanya ada beberapa orang, 2-3 orang yang pegang kantor internasional. Sekarang, setelah 10 tahun setelah itu, semua program studi di Universitas Airlangga punya student exchange program, outbound dan inbound, berarti mahasiswa bisa juga sekolah di luar negeri. Ada juga staff exchange, ada juga banyak konferensi internasional, guest lectures, tamu dari luar negeri yang datang juga banyak sekali, accreditations, global ranking, dan yang tadi sudah disebut oleh Saud, itu sekarang di universitas itu banyak sekali. Jadi bagi saya itu menjadi sesuatu yang sangat menarik. Juga saya karena saya lebih tertarik dengan soal penelitian, saya juga lihat bahwa Universitas Airlangga sangat serius di soal research. Dan itu bagi saya menjadi kunci karena saya mikir ya bahwa universitas yang punya masa depan yang bagus itu adalah universitas yang fokus pada aspek pengembangan intelektual. Berarti sebagian dari itu adalah research, research dan innovation. Sekarang juga semua fakultas di universitas itu punya pusat penelitian, ada juga pusat consulting. Saya juga seperti Saud pernah dulu menjadi asisten penelitian di salah satu lembaga itu. Jadi sambil belajar kita juga bisa dapat pengalaman untuk bekerja di penelitian. Jadi bagi saya itu juga sangat interesting. Tapi hal yang juga sangat menarik di UNAIR itu adalah bahwa Universitas Airlangga itu adalah satu tempat yang fun. Ada begitu banyak kegiatan. Semua fakultas punya kegiatan, ada yang budaya, ada olahraga, ada akademik, ada sosial, ada keagamaan. Kita bisa memilih kegiatan apa dan kita tidak akan bosan dengan begitu banyak kegiatan. Jadi saya melihat bahwa Universitas Airlangga itu sangat dinamis dan adalah salah satu place yang kita enjoy sambil belajar. Walaupun kita bisa serius sekali dalam soal pelajaran, kita juga bisa enjoy. No? Jadi sangat-sangat dinamis. Saya juga melihat bahwa Universitas Airlangga juga catch up dengan teknologi. Tadi sudah dijelaskan, no? Bahwa dalam masa pandemi semua sekolah dan universitas menghadapi masalah, no? Bagaimana itu bisa dari offline menjadi online. Proses dari Universitas Airlangga bisa dikatakan jauh lebih smooth dibandingkan dengan institusi dan universitas yang lain karena kemampuan teknologi darinya. Dan saya rasa juga Universitas Airlangga itu punya semacam prospek ke depan yang sangat itu fokus kepada teknologi. Program studi baru dan program kurikulum di hampir semua fakultas juga direvisi untuk disesuaikan dengan perkembangan teknologi yang saat ini. Jadi bagi saya itu, saya mikir pada waktu ambil S2 dan S3 di UNAIR, bahwa kalau saya lulus dari UNAIR atau saya sekolah di UNAIR, itu pasti saya, enakan saya belajar dan dapat di situ sangat terkini dan sangat bermanfaat dan berguna bagi dunia sekarang dan yang akan datang. Jadi itu menarik juga, tadi juga sudah dijelaskan bahwa secara material UNAIR itu berkembang cepat sekali. Dalam tahun pandemi ini, kalau kita tidak pernah ke kampus dan kita kembali, kita akan melihat gedung baru, trotoar, fasilitas olahraga, laboratorium, di semua fakultas. Saya tidak bicara di sini bahwa mungkin setahun satu fakultas dapat duit untuk pembangunan, tapi semua fakultas dapat laboratorium baru, ruang baca direnovasi, ruang untuk makan, no? Coffee shop, no? There are so many new things in UNAIR. Jadi perkembangan dari sisi materi juga sangat cepat. Juga saya menarik karena UNAIR itu menjadi semacam pilot project. Kalau kita ngomong soal ketika pemerintah mau tes, misalnya sekarang kurikulum merdeka, okay? Atau sekarang itu lari ke praktikum, semua mahasiswa itu harus bisa bekerja. UNAIR menjadi salah satu mitra yang sangat dipercaya oleh pemerintah untuk menjalankan proyek ini. Jadi saya melihat bahwa UNAIR itu memang sebagai frontliner. Dari sisi sosial juga, semua proyek sosial yang dimiliki oleh UNAIR, dari bersama pemerintah dan bersama juga masyarakat biasa, saya melihat bahwa Universitas Airlangga itu matter untuk masyarakat. Jadi kalau kita sebut bahwa kita datang dari Universitas Airlangga atau konsultan dari Universitas Airlangga, ya itu didengar, no? Masukan dari kita dan opini karena Universitas Airlangga itu terpercaya. Jadi semua komponen itu menjadi alasan kenapa saya pilih UNAIR dan kenapa saya pilih tetap di Indonesia. Ya, walaupun rencana awal saya hanya tinggal di sini mungkin 1 tahun atau 2 tahun, dan saya tidak memikirkan dulu untuk lanjut dengan S2 dan S3, akhirnya dengan semua komponen ini saya berpikir bahwa studi di sebuah institusi seperti UNAIR itu bisa menjadi sesuatu yang sangat baik. Jadi itu mungkin alasan utama ya kenapa saya pilih Universitas Airlangga.
Wow, luar biasa sekali. And then bahasa Indonesianya, wow, sudah cakap sekali ya Cak Miguel ya, sudah 11 tahun. That's amazing.
Ya, setelah 11 tahun harus
sudah
bisa
11
ya.
tahun. And then so I see that you probably got addicted to Universitas Airlangga ya, because awalnya cuma 1 tahun, kemudian tambah 2 tahun sampai 5 tahun hingga akhirnya 11 tahun. And now dari yang saya dengar, you are also currently teaching at Universitas Airlangga, is that correct? Benar ya?
Betul.
Boleh
Saya sekarang dosen sama peneliti. Jadi saya fokus terutama itu di soal penelitian, dan itu juga sangat bagus karena UNAIR memberikan fasilitas yang sangat besar bagi saya untuk bisa berkarya sebagai peneliti. Ada research grant, saya punya juga research team. Bersama saya tahun lalu ada sekitar 10 mahasiswa yang membantu dalam penelitian. Jadi UNAIR itu adalah salah satu universitas di mana kita bisa berkembang. Kita tidak punya atap, no? Maksudnya the ceiling is up to you, how far can you go? Right. Dan oleh karena itu bekerja di UNAIR itu adalah sesuatu yang menyenangkan dan selalu challenging untuk what's next, no? Next project, next challenge for me.
Oh, that's very right. So it's very challenging, but it doesn't stop you from developing yourself and developing others maybe. Jadi di UNAIR ini memang kemungkinannya tidak terbatas, tinggal baik-baiknya teman-teman memilih yang jalan A, jalan B atau jalan Z begitu ya. Yang the sky is your limit. So the only limit is the sky, something like that. Ya, terima kasih kepada three of our guest stars. Now we shall move on to the question and answer session. Jadi kita akan lanjut ke sesi tanya jawab. Sementara ini ada beberapa pertanyaan, wah banyak juga nih, tapi saya akan pilih ya beberapa aja. Yang pertama dari Mita, bagaimana saudara menyesuaikan dengan lingkungan belajar di UNAIR? Apakah terdapat kesulitan mengingat lingkungan yang berbeda dengan asal saudara? So it's a matter of adjusting. How did you first adjust to UNAIR and also to Indonesia? Because of the different academic cultures and also the social culture is also different. Maybe James, can you explain a little bit? Bisa dijelaskan sedikit, James?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, to a person who have exposed this question. It's too nice question. Yeah, actually, Tanzania, for example, I'm from Tanzania, and Indonesia, the education system, pendidikan, almost is the same. But it is not quite the same each and everything, because here, even we are using Bahasa Indonesia. So how can you cope with the new language while you are a new person at the new place? Three things to ask. So the first thing is to know that you are in abroad, you are in a neighboring country. But neighboring country, it is, you make it as a home country, mean that you adapt. How can you adapt? You make a positive relationship with other stakeholders who are around in you. They will teach you how to do, how to act. I know learning a new language can be a challenge, but if you interact with the society, the community, and the other partnership, they will make you excellent to achieve what you want to achieve. That is one, adaptation. Another thing that as an international student, or any student that wants to join Airlangga here, if you want to come here, the environment, first of all, it is much friendly. It is environment that allow anyone with different cultural background, because even here within Indonesia there are many cultures. You can be from Papua or from Aceh, but with different experience with Surabaya. You need to copy like how an international student come to copy here. So adaptation, and also to accept any kind of challenge, you make it as positive. Good enough, Airlangga have no more negative challenges. Instead, there are a lot of positive and facilitation challenge that will boost you from one place to another. So adaptability, tolerance, and focus will make you to adapt and to move where you want to shift as a student.
Okay. So jadi ada adaptability and positive network as well, positive environment, yeah, you mentioned.
Exactly, indeed.
Okay, that's very nice. And also maybe I can ask Pak South and maybe Cak Miguel to answer the same question. So was there any difficulties when you were trying to adapt to the culture in Universitas Airlangga? Mungkin
Well,
Pak South. Okay.
regarding my concern, you know, in my country, it's very difficult to, you know, there are culture barriers, and at the time I feel that. So in our country, like if the women is here, so you cannot shake hand, you know, with the women. So, and you cannot more communicate with the women. So it's like I was afraid how I can, because it was, my childhood is from Pakistan. So I was afraid how I can communicate with the women in there. So the most interesting thing is that like when I used to meet with my friends like boys, so it was very easy for me. We take a hug and we can go for hangouts. But the women, that was quite a little bit difficult. So really, you know, it's very inspiring. Indonesian culture has a more capacity to adjust strangers and outsiders. Everybody in the street, everywhere, you know, on the roads, they always keep you smile. They always keep you smile. You cannot imagine, like in the world, if you are smiling with the stranger without any reason, and they will laugh on you. Hey, why you are smiling on me? But in especially in Javanese culture, where I based in Surabaya, the people, they always give you a sport. Sometime if you need to have a hangout, they will sit with you without any reason, without any profit. So what I did, like I found that Indonesia is like my second home, where I feel really enjoying a really learnable culture. And I always ask to my fellows, those who are staying now in Universitas Airlangga, that you should follow the Indonesian culture, Javanese culture, which is basically in 2021, still the culture is same and respectable for the humanity. This is what I have learned from University of Airlangga.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Pak Saud, atas jawabannya. And then maybe
Sama-sama.
Cak Miguel, do you have anything to add? Ada tambahan mungkin dari Cak Miguel? Bagaimana cara adaptasi dulu?
Yes, yes, of course. Challenging. It's challenging to adapt, terutama ketika kita datang dari satu suasana yang sangat berbeda. Saya adalah dari Meksiko, jadi budaya Latin itu sangat berbeda dengan budaya Indonesia. Tapi ya, seperti yang sudah dijelaskan oleh James dan Saud, orang Indonesia itu sangat friendly, sangat welcome dan memfasilitasi. Tapi ya pasti ada hal yang lucu, ada hal yang di luar ekspektasi kita. Tapi itu adalah bagian dari proses adaptasi dengan budaya dan negara baru. Malah saya sangat saran untuk mahasiswa baru untuk coba pergi ke luar negeri, mencari pengalaman di student exchange atau ikut konferensi, ikut lomba, karena itu membuka mata kita dan itu merupakan salah satu pengalaman yang luar biasa. Di UNAIR juga itu sangat difasilitasi. Saya misalnya tahun lalu ikut sekitar 4 kali ke luar negeri, untuk ikut konferensi, untuk kunjungan universitas, dan sebagian besar dari itu di-sponsor oleh universitas, bukan untuk jalan-jalan, tapi untuk bekerja, tetapi suasana sangat kondusif untuk bisa interaksi. Jadi itu adalah bagi saya pengalaman yang luar biasa di Indonesia, untuk bisa adaptasi dengan komunitas dan dengan budaya lokal.
Wah, itu suatu pesan yang sangat penting sekali yang bisa meng-highlight untuk sesi kita hari ini ya. Jadi jangan lupa untuk step out, untuk keluar dari zona nyaman, go abroad, just so that you can know yourself, not only yourself but also the international world, your surrounding. Jadi jangan lupa, jangan ragu-ragu untuk be a global citizen. You have to be a global citizen. Kemudian ada satu lagi pertanyaan terakhir ya bagi narasumber-narasumber kita. Ada satu pertanyaan yang oke banget nih dari Rain Sasi Kirana. So, what privileges do you feel so far as UNAIR graduate in the world of work, especially outside Indonesia, maybe in your home country? So, is there any privileges that you receive after you graduate from Universitas Airlangga? Maybe James, you can answer first.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cecilia. Yeah, actually, as an international student, and also I can say as an international scholar, I have many privileges. First of all, being in Indonesia, at the same time as a student, I have a great exposure in the matter that I have new education. In education means new experience, new skills and ability. That once I go back home, I will have something to share with my community. I have something to share with my colleagues. At the same time, I have increased my collaboration and international or global network in things that maybe in business, in education, and all social affairs of life. At the same time, I'm from maybe the education system here is somehow advanced. So the case, because the advanced of education, we see the output of that education. You can't say we have quality education. Why did the students they graduate? Maybe they are not having any kind of innovations, creativity, and any ability that can help the society. So for here somehow is the advanced. So if it's the advanced, that is a privilege to me. That is a privilege to me. That's why I can say that I have actually rich in privilege, including education package itself, exposure, and the culture that I have acquired from here. It have increased my tolerance or global exposure, cultural or cultural diversity. So I have a very big tolerance in culture matters. So it's a privilege in the manner that I can state on the case of a privilege.
Oke, terima kasih James, very elaborate ya. Banyak sekali privileges-nya kalau menjadi lulusan Universitas Airlangga. Nggak hanya di Indonesia sendiri, tapi juga di luar negeri juga. Sekarang kita move on ke Pak Saud nih. Apa nih Pak privilege-nya? Now that you're back in Pakistan ya, you can probably tell a bit more the privileges that you got after graduating from Universitas Airlangga.
Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. I graduated from Universitas Airlangga. I want to highlight my privileges in 4 points. The first privilege is that Universitas Airlangga is the world 526 to 530 university in the world. So the ranking is very important. And once you graduate from any university, the world ranking is very important. Because like if you graduate from any university and there is no ranking and no status of the university, then your degree is not useful. If you learn anything, you think that you are the best graduate, but your university ranking is low. So I want to credit that Universitas Airlangga ranking is very nice, and every time Universitas Airlangga is trying to improve their ranking, and mashallah, I'm very happy that I'm also the part of these ranking, activities. They are always trying to decrease day by day. Like every time the all rectors have the policy, per rector also have a very distinguished policy to reduce the ranking and more promote on it. The second point is that trainings. Universitas Airlangga, especially I want to talk about my faculty because I'm also presenting my faculty. So my faculty always provide multiple opportunities for your trainings. For example, like teaching and research. So in the teaching, every year my faculty, invite a lot of guest lecturers from different countries. Foreign countries, like from English countries, from Singapore, from Malaysia, or they always invite that. So you can, sit in that events. They will train you on multiple topics, like theoretical research or something like that. So they always give you a training sessions where you can learn a lot of activities. The third is research and publications. My faculty or Universitas Airlangga always provide multiple opportunities for the research publications. Like when I came to Indonesia, I have only a 0 publication. There is no any, trend what I had before. I don't know how to go for it and how to publish our papers and how we can make our name in the world academia. So right now, I am near to 50 papers. So that is not an easy task. 50 articles. So the most of the articles I have published in Scoopers and multiple journals. So what I did from Universitas Airlangga. And the fourth point is that what I have experienced that I feel that when I spend, because I have many other, my cousins and brothers, they are living in other countries. So I spend very precious time in Universitas Airlangga, where I learn about the humanity, how we can respect human to human relationship. So the culture that I already adopted from Universitas Airlangga, but I can think that I become a good human and I become a good Muslim. So these are the 4 points I want to highlight for that. And I own that, and I own that what I had now, and I feel that I graduated, so I have now multiple offers from different universities, but I accepted the offer to work more in Universitas Airlangga. That is, I have discussed so far.
Okay, thank you for the very comprehensive explanation. Sangat-sangat lengkap sekali. Terima kasih nih Pak Saud. Kemudian sekali lagi yang terakhir untuk Cak Miguel, mungkin ada yang mau disampaikan, silakan.
Yes, oke. Tadi sudah disebut oleh Pak Saud, no? Bahwa Universitas Airlangga itu di soal penelitian, publications, dan di soal ranking itu bisa dikatakan bukan main. No? Bukan main karena posisinya itu tidak kalah bersaing dengan negara yang lain. Saya juga punya pengalaman tahun lalu ketika mengunjungi beberapa negara dan mewakili fakultas. Saya bisa mengalami bahwa saya tidak merasa kecil atau saya tidak malu ya dengan berasal dari Universitas Airlangga atau merasa minder, no? Karena berasal dari Universitas Airlangga, malah mereka respect terhadap UNAIR. Setelah melihat jumlah publikasi yang setiap tahun UNAIR punya, posisi di ranking, jumlah mahasiswa internasional yang dimiliki UNAIR, jumlah total mahasiswa, dan beberapa indikator yang lain yang UNAIR punya, universitas yang lain itu surprise dengan kok bisa sebuah universitas seperti UNAIR berkembang begitu cepat. 2 tahun yang lalu kalau tidak salah ranking global di UNAIR masih di atas 700, sekarang sudah di 500-an. Okay? Untuk naik 200 posisi dalam periode 2 atau 3 tahun itu adalah sesuatu yang sangat fantastis. No? Jadi lulus dari Universitas Airlangga, ya UNAIR bukan salah satu magic box ya. Berarti yang lulus dari UNAIR itu sudah hebat, sudah luar biasa. Kita harus berusaha. No? Tapi the point adalah kalau kita mau excel, di Universitas Airlangga kita bisa dapat apa yang kita perlu untuk excel dan tidak kalah bersaing dengan lulusan dari universitas apapun di luar negeri. Dari saya itu adalah pesan utama.
Okay, terima kasih Cak Miguel. Well, due to the limited time and constraints, we unfortunately have to almost end the session. I would like to thank you to our guest speakers today, kepada James dari Tanzania, dan juga Pak Saud dari Pakistan, dan juga Cak Miguel dari Meksiko. Terima kasih sudah hadir bersama kami secara virtual maupun di studio. We would like to thank you very much for attending this session, and hopefully we will keep in touch and we will expand, enlarge our network academically or non-academically. There you go. And so after this, I would like to ask our viewers to stay tuned to our YouTube channel to find out who is going to get the golden tickets straight from our rector. Jadi untuk teman-teman yang masih stay tune di sini, jangan kemana-mana karena setelah ini kita akan ada acara pengumuman siapa saja akan mendapat golden ticket langsung dari Pak Rektor. Ya, semangat terus, go global and make your dreams come true with Universitas Airlangga. Thank you and see you.